Hi everyone, Chris Crazy House here, back with some more Chris Crazy commentary. And I will be 100% honest, I had not planned on doing any more commentary videos this week. I was just gearing up for my drawing my butt off video that I do every Thursday night. If you want to watch that, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and also hit the notification button. That way you guys will be around when that is released. It's already posted as a premiere, so make sure that you go ahead and go to the video and save the time so that way you're notified by YouTube when we go live with that video. And we always have a good time, and you're welcome to join me in the live chat. Tonight I'm going to be doing some fan art of the Almighty Street Team, which is an independent black comic book. But, I was perusing on the internet earlier this morning while getting some work done, and this story popped up from Screen Rant, and it's showing some new images of an Aquaman cartoon that's going to be coming to HBO Max. And just seeing the image, seeing the image of it made me start cracking up because it's done in the same typical style that we've seen so far from so many new animated projects that you've seen either on Cartoon Network or on Warner Brothers or anywhere, basically, at this point. Nickelodeon, Disney, whatever. It's all done in the same style. I think people say it's a style that comes out of Cal Arts, which is a big time art school out on the West Coast. And I guess they just keep churning out all of these artists and animators who all draw exactly the same. And, I kind of sarcastically call this style the everyone gets a trophy style of art and animation. Excuse me, of art and animation. I can't even get it out. I started coughing there. But that's what I call it. Everyone gets a trophy style of art and animation. Um, you know, as an artist myself, I don't like to disparage other artists and maybe what styles they use, but don't people feel that this is a little bit over the top to just keep churning out the same style of cartoons over and over again? It's like they found a style that was popular in cartoons like Adventure Time and others, but it wasn't so much the style of the cartoon, it had more to do with the content of the cartoon. But I don't think the studio executives realize that, or the art directors realize that, so they just keep churning out the same thing over and over and over again. And if it didn't work for your last effort, where you tried to take a classic cartoon like Thundercats and redo it in this style, what makes you think an Aquaman cartoon is going to work in this style? And they're putting it on HBO Max. Like, why even waste bandwidth and streaming space for something like this? It just looks terrible. And if this is a style that comes out of Cal Arts, I really have to call into question what are they actually teaching at that school. This makes Cal Arts look bad when they do stuff like this, because I didn't even go to a fancy art school like Cal Arts or SCAD or Ringling. I went to just the little trade art institute down in South Florida. But I saw more originality and more creativity and content come out of there than I've seen come out of Cal Arts in the last 10 years or so. That's a bold statement to make, I know, but and I'm sure there's some extremely talented artists and animators that come out of Cal Arts, but their work is not being seen, at least not in the biggest mediums it can be. They just keep churning out the same type of factory style work with no real originality or no real creativity. It's, to borrow a term for one of my art teachers back in the day, it's all cliche. I used to hate that guy, that art teacher. He used to get on my nerves. We had this little French Canadian art teacher in my school, and I won't say his name, but anyone who went to the art institute during those times, during the 90s or the early 2000s, you know exactly who I'm talking about. He was very strange, a little bit effeminate, but that was his quote. It's cliche. And he didn't like any cartoon or any type of animation that was cliche. He made a note of saying that when you sign up for any of his classes, he'll make sure he has a box of tissues there ready so that you'll be able to wipe your face once he gives you a failing grade for turning in something that's cliche. And back then, I thought that was harsh. I thought that was a little much. But looking back on it, I appreciate him a lot because he was someone that pushed me as an artist and an art director. I think he pushed me to be more original, to be over the top, to not do the same thing that everyone else was doing. And I have to say that, out of my group of friends and people that I went to school with, even if we maybe did or chose the same type of medium to get into, whether it be games or animation or comic books, everyone had a different style of doing it. Everyone had a different style of artwork, and everyone kind of just did their own thing. And I appreciated that about my peers when I went to art school. That's one of the best things about it. And we were all very encouraging of one another. We all had a great time, but everyone had a different style. Everyone wasn't trying to do the same thing over and over again. And that's one of the things I appreciated about going to art school. That if nothing else, that was the best experience of it, was the people I met there and the inspiration I got from them seeing their artwork, and a lot of them continue that artwork even till this day, and they've only improved since then. But if this is what mainstream animation has become, where they're just turning out the same thing over and over again, doing the same style. I mean, look at this. Like, who does anyone really want to watch this? Is this even that popular? And here's the thing, they don't even want to do original cartoons anymore. They want to take an established IP and do it in this style. And I just think that's the wrong way to go. And if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, it's not original, it's not eclectic, it's not fresh, it's not something that people want to keep seeing if you're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So, I mean, you folks let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. Once again, I have not seen any animation of this yet. I have not seen any other storyboards or character designs or whatever, but just from this, I can already tell which direction they're going in. And I don't think it's going to last long. Just like that Thundercats Roar. Remember when they premiered that with that trailer and everyone started tearing it apart? They had to release it almost in secret. That's how bad it was. They had to release that in secret. And even when they put that up for free on their streaming service, it still didn't do well. So, even after that failure, they're just going to continue to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting these people to watch it. I don't think young people like it as much as they think they do. And the people that claim they like it, or people that create this stuff, they don't watch it either. So you folks let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. I very much like to hear your opinions on this new Aquaman series. Anyway, Chris Crazy House signing out. Peace.